Our motion is clean energy can drive America's economic recovery. I'd like to introduce Bill Ritter, former governor of Colorado, whose state has the fourth highest concentration of clean energy workers in the country. He's now director of the Center for the New Energy Economy at Colorado State University. And Bill, I think with a resume like that, America wants to know, what kind of car does a former governor of Colorado drive?
I did, just because I'm commuting by a 1999 Saab that gets a little over 30 miles to the gallon. We did a variety of things to inspire the build-out of transmission, inspire new technology, energy efficiency. When we talk about clean energy efficiency is one of the most significant things we as a country can do to move this country in a direction toward, in fact, a clean energy economy.
Now, the basic problem with so-called clean energy is that nearly every form of it is more expensive than the fossil fuel energy it seeks to displace. Now, I know of no economic theory that says the economy benefits by reducing the purchasing power of consumers. Clean energy, however defined, does not resemble any of the past histories of recession-busting forces. And the odd thing is most recession-busting forces, like the housing sector in previous recessions, are because there's pent-up demand. There actually isn't a pent-up demand for new energy at the moment. Energy consumption in America has fallen sharply.
What about the wind industry? We hear this continually from the American Wind Energy Association. Oh, we're creating all kinds of manufacturing jobs, blah, 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 blah. Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts Susan Combs just came out with a report in December, estimated that every wind job in Texas, where I live, Texas leads the country in in wind generation capacity, 10,000 megawatts. Each job associated with the wind industry costs $1.6 million to the taxpayers.
The auto industry, dinosaur industry, we got our pants beat off by Japan. But guess what? Detroit is turning it around. We're starting to see Ford, Chevrolet start developing electric vehicles. There's a lot of activity out there, and it's winning accolades. So it really debunks this view that we can't afford to have this job creation in the United States.
In the Governor Ritter's home state, electricity rates have increased by 21% over the past 6 years, and the Denver Post just reported they're likely to increase by 20% over the next 6. Over the last 6 years, the increase has been twice the rate of inflation.
Here's the deal. Why are we talking about clean? I mean,
because it's in the title of the resolution.
Right? No, we say new energy. The energy sources aren't new. The energy sources have all been there, but the transfer has been to talking about clean because we care about emissions.
If clean energy is more expensive than conventional energy, then how does that help the economy?
Well, actually, I think you're wrong on that point. I mean, if you look at the numbers, and I know you've got the numbers because your side clearly has all the numbers.
They are important.
Because it was not always that easy and that cheap to drill for oil and natural gas. Governments had to be involved. These industries had to be helped along with industry.
Well, but how long do we need to help them? In the Carter administration, we heard that solar energy was going to be the dominant form of energy by the year 2000. What happened?
Not just talking about wind and solar here, but innovations that go beyond wind and solar. It's about cleaner fossil fuels. It's about innovations we haven't seen yet. It's about energy storage and all the
Cassia, where are the jobs in what you're talking about?
The jobs are all over the place. They're everywhere from investment houses, research firms. There are engineering jobs. So I used to work at Bechtel and BP. You know what Bechtel's and BP's biggest problem is? It's about getting young people into those businesses.
How many jobs might you get in Colorado if we opened up the oil shale, 800 billion barrels worth that the Department of Energy says could be produced at about $50 a barrel? That might produce some jobs for something we actually need. I testified on the green exports idea to a congressional committee a few months ago, and I looked up the latest figures. We currently have a $20 billion trade deficit in green energy components. That's wind and solar and things of that kind.
No, I don't think it's irresponsible at all. This is totally achievable. This is totally achievable.
How?
Through a variety of strategies that include investment in clean energy, that includes renewables, that includes nuclear. That we can look, and we've said clean coal. People are like, "What's clean coal?" Well, there's all sorts of.
Can you give me an emissions inventory?
What's that?
Can you give me an emissions inventory for 2050 of specific sources that will add up to no more than 1 billion tons?
Well, no, I'm not able to sitting right here.
That's because no one can.
What we're saying is if you put the right set of policies in place that support financing.
I cannot think ever of a sector of the economy that led us out of a recession because the government mandated that we buy the product.